worked several different companies while I've been in Asheville. The current company, I've been there 25 years. Healthcare in my earlier life wasn't that important. Today I think money is good, but a lot of people are looking at the benefits. And I think that more companies are finally realizing it's cheaper to keep your employees healthy. And the better you can do that, it trickles down to the workforce. Benefits now almost outweigh wages and factors in hiring somebody or whether they want to take your job. I think that the value of it is you can't even measure it. The tangible value, we might have to pay a few dollars. The intangible, you got some healthy employees. Providing simple things like my employees, we can go get flu shots. Those kind of things are incentives and benefits that will, like, you can't measure. You cannot, because, and I guess somebody finally realized if we get 80% of the workforce of our employees vaccinated for the flu, that means if it comes, we're not going to have that many out from work.
I cleaned houses for a few months, so one of my bosses, I cleaned with her, so she lived not close by to my house, but I can drive, so she said I can pick you up, and I said okay, so she tries to do for almost every day for a few months, so I need to wait for her a few minutes, and I wait for her when she's done, and come back to my house in the afternoon. She helped me a lot because I don't have other person can do that. So she said, I can help you. So she did very good for me for a few months. I don't know, one of my ideas probably they have the company has a band and they can use for employees, they can drive. Sometimes one of the workers can have a license either, and car. So we can probably get like a van or bus and pick up the workers.
With the public transportation, where they have 2 stops, and they encourage you sometimes to catch the public transportation to save on the gas and the carpooling. They encourage that just to try to save on the fuel, and especially during the time when the fuel prices was high. We would get emails about who's carpooling from where and who didn't mind picking you up for this shift or what shift, and that was very beneficial. I know a lot of people discussed about maybe taking advantage of that, and that was a very thing that you was taking an extra mile to help us to, one, ensure that we were there, and two, you took that extra mile to help with the gas costs, because gas was a little astronomical there for a moment.
And since I came back from having my daughter, I've been working part-time, have a very flexible schedule, but also have some challenges with childcare. The most difficult thing, I think, to deal with has been sick childcare. Got responsibilities to juggle at work, time-sensitive deadlines, certain meetings, functions I need to be at, and when a child is sick, can't take her to daycare, have to figure out what to do. Also do have some flexibility to work from home. I do have a certain portion of my work that I can complete either writing or by email or over the phone. Money comes over our paychecks pre-tax, and we're able to apply that to daycare, saving us some money. That's been great.
As far as child care barriers, my main barrier was I couldn't afford daycare because I didn't have a job, but I couldn't get a job because I didn't have daycare, and I'm a single parent of a 9-year-old and a 3-year-old. So getting a job, you of course have to have daycare, but I couldn't get it because there was no money to pay for daycare, and daycare is extremely expensive. Even though I have childcare now, if one of my children gets sick, I still have to worry about backup childcare because I don't have sick days to be out with them. If I had sick days, that would help me a lot because then I would know that if one of my children are sick, I can stay home with them and still keep my job.
I received custody of my grandson, and he was just short of 2 months old, and that posed a problem because I worked 12-hour shifts. It was difficult because I needed someone that could help me with a long, extensive shift. And my employer, fortunately, offers the hours that was needed, and he was able to get placed in the daycare center where he's going now. It takes some of the stress off of you because you see that your child is being well taken care of, so you don't have the crunch of whether or not he's getting adequate nutrition or if he's, really being cared for and watched. Daycare and backup daycare is exceptional within itself, and it will take a lot of ease off of a lot of your employees.
Well, my housing situation is, I live in a very rural part of Burnsville, Michaelville, and when we were looking at cost of living in Asheville, for just my salary alone, that just wouldn't be possible. And when you factor in food and groceries, child care, after school care for work, everything is just so much cheaper outside of the city limits or Buncombe County. You're going to be late a few times. You're going to have, just issues of staying later in meetings. I mean, you have to really negotiate the time you spend. You really can't fulfill your full obligation to your job and be as effective as you want to. Look, folks, I live so far away. I mean, I wish I could give all my time to you, but I really can't. If I could live close to the city and have some sort of subsidized housing or neighborhood for me and my family that I know it's a safe place, you have people, professional people living near you, a community, an affordable community. We need to come up with some sort of housing allowance, like the military. We're going to give you a stipend because the salaries definitely do not fit housing costs. We have to come up with a package to lure better professionals. I think the city is worth it.
The public housing project we live in for the last couple of years have had a lot of problems with a lot of random shootings, the young kids riding the mopeds and not really caring about the little children. We were concerned that with the random shootings especially, about the children being outdoors. So we began looking at housing, trying to regulate ourselves to move. We're told about Mountain Housing Opportunity on how they assist you with the self-help program on building your own home and without the worries of drugs or gunshots or things of that nature, which in turn eases your mind as far as employment as well because you're working hard and you want to see where your money goes. My employer does offer a program for home help. You have a lot of classes that you have to attend. There's like 3 or 4 different several classes that you have to take for that program. And at the end, there is a match where they match your savings with X amount of dollars, and they help towards your down payment or whatever you needed to do towards your housing. In the long run, it makes me feel like they are trying to be accommodating to their employees. They understand the hard and difficult times, and they are trying in their ways to the best of their ability to match what will keep you employed, what will keep you there, what will make the difference of one happy employee versus one that's not going to be very happy or not going to be long term.